I'm Vic Weekley, and I'm here with G Lopes. G, what's going on today?
It's our last episode.
We made it.
We
We
made
made
it.
it.
Well, a little unexpected. It is our last episode, so we're very sad that we've had 12 great episodes of this. So we really appreciate everybody's views, everybody's supports, all the feedback. But we're being called to different things, so we're really excited to tackle some of those projects. So
Yeah.
12 episodes, 24 episodes, very solid.
It's very good. G, why don't you kick us off and tell us what you thought about this week's video from Father Abe?
Yeah, it would be really strange of me not to mention the troll that gave us a thumbs down on, or whoever made the comment about me being mean to Father Abe. I have to get it out. I think Father Abe's video about the Eucharist was very good, and I thought it was very well timed. I think I've been far from the Eucharist because of the pandemic, so I haven't had a chance to really go to Mass. I actually think the last time I received the Eucharist is when we went to the ordinations, Vicky.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I actually just went to like physical confession last week, which was weird. So I definitely feel this distance. So I really appreciated Father Abe's video on it. I learned a lot. So all in all, it was a good one for me. What about yourself?
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think it was helpful. It was very straightforward and very clear. I think it's a great way to, for anybody like struggling with like the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist. I think this is a good start, a good jumping off point for them to kind of do their own research and kind of figure out what they believe, for themselves. And then working from there. I think that's the beauty of faith, is that we can continue to work with our own personal relationship with Christ,
Sure.
and see where we end up on our journey. I think the Eucharist is really special, and I think this time away, especially during the pandemic, has really increased like the need for it and the beauty of the mystery that it is. It's given a lot of time to remember, like
Absolutely.
there's a shift, when you watch Mass and you see the Eucharistic
Yeah.
prayer, things like that, and you feel it, and you're like, if I can really participate in this moment, maybe I
Sure.
can catch up a bit. But it's
Sure.
it's beautiful to know there's something waiting for us. Jesus is
Sure.
waiting for us physically, in the Eucharist, as well as being all around us all the time.
So
But,
I
yeah.
compare it to like soccer, like watching Mass,
okay,
right? So like whenever I watch Brazil play, that to me is like, that is beautiful because I know the team, but like hear me out. So like I know the team, I know the training that they go through. There's almost like this relationship that we build because it's our nation being represented out there. And whenever they score a goal or something, like there's so much more emotion, there's so much more invested. But I took so much time to get to know the sport, to get to know the players, things like that. Not on a personal level, very like superficial. I find that Mass is kind of that way, where when I began to study theology and learn more about my faith, learn more about Mass, I began to understand the procession, the opening prayers, the liturgy of the Word, the liturgy. Am I saying it right? Liturgy of the Eucharist. Like all of these moments in Mass and all of their specific prayers or sayings right before. There's this much more intimate connection. And then when, the high point when consecration happens, that to me is like when a goal is scored. It's like the hype of your emotion,
Yeah.
I also sometimes, like, especially like during Christmas when we're hearing like in the gospel that Jesus is born and things like that, but then like we quickly transition to Jesus,
Death.
his death. I'm like, man, that was a quick novella. Like that really like, so I definitely compare it to that. But I there's a need for me. There's a special place in the Eucharist. There's a special place that I have the Eucharist. I need it. If I could receive it every day, I would. I probably should and could. I just don't out of sheer laziness. Well, in the past, right now, like I can't. But I am excited to go back to church and have everybody together and things like that. So hopefully my prayer for you guys as we finish the series up, is as COVID and the pandemic continues, and whether a second wave hits or not, that you guys can find some trust in the Eucharist and find trust in the Lord, that the Lord will bring us together and bring us back and put an end to this pandemic, but also bring a different sense of unity and appreciation, because I think during this time of COVID that was really highlighted. and and I'm hoping that the Eucharist can at least bring that back for us. So
yeah, no, I think that's and the Eucharist is the center of all things, right? That brings us together, and
as Father Abes says, right, the source and summit.
Exactly. I think it was a good video, especially that ending part where he talks about like the understanding what Jesus is saying, right? To the gnaw part, right? Like not just like eat, but like to gnaw, like
that was a little weird at first.
It's hard. It's a hard.
It was a little weird at first because
like outside of these videos when he's used that language, I was like a bone.
Yeah, I was thinking of my dog's name is Bella. I have Bella with me for a couple weeks. And whenever I see her eat her bone, I'm like, she is gnawing on it. And for me to think that like, oh, I'm getting the Eucharist, and all of a sudden like that was like a weird concept for me.
Yeah, no, it's a strange word, but I think it's effective because it makes you think like I'm consuming like Christ's flesh, by this mystery that exists, and that's hard. I hope nobody out there thinks, I can speak for myself.
Oh, people think we're cannibals.
Like that it's an easy thing to wrap your head around, that's what you're consuming.
Yeah,
because
that's a good point.
It's a language shift. It's not just like, oh, I had the bread and wine. Like, no, you had like the blood and body of Christ. So I think it's a total shift, and I think it's very natural to question because it's a mystery. At the end of the day, it's a mystery of faith. So really, I enjoyed this video. I thought it was a good way for us to end. Agreed 100%. The Eucharist is a beautiful thing that really brings people together. You think adoration, you think all those things where people can sit in front of Christ and just be, So,
and we're a big fan of adoration. So
yeah, all types. The quiet and loud, but
that's for a different. That's for our podcast that would have been R.I.P.
One day, maybe.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm done with that. I think people had enough. People have had enough of me and want more of you, Vicky.
No.
Oh my goodness. So, Vicky, I have to ask you for the last time. Who are you going to shout out?
Okay, I'm gonna shout out our Salesian family. Just thankful for the support that you guys have given, the feedback. I feel like I've been able to grow a lot in these last 12 videos, been able to like dive deep into my faith in a different way and really utilize the things that I've learned and picked up from other people and from school. So I'm really appreciative of this time of sitting here with G, learning about his faith too, and just excited to see what these videos do for people, if they do anything.
I can't wait to get them off YouTube.
You're gonna take them off.
They're all going down.
Rip them up. But shout out to you guys. Thank you for your support and your prayers. I think we could, none of this is possible without their support. G, what about you? What's your
I actually want to shout out all of our CYMs. I think I think everybody who's on the front lines, they get a lot of attention. I think they're really like fighting a war to beat COVID-19. But I want to give a special shout out to our CYMs who are fighting a very similar war, a spiritual war, and trying to make sure that the kids that they worked very hard to get in the pew don't lose their faith. And I think that's hard, especially from a distance, which so many rules, so many red tapes, but they're still doing it so lovingly. And really, as school is trying to figure out what to do, for those who are watching and hold administrative positions, please be responsible with your power. If you feel like you can't go back, don't go back. Don't put students at risk. I understand that money's going to come and go, and some of these kids have some serious health issues, so we don't want to put them at danger, at risk. So, but we have some great people in the family that'll make the right decision. So very, very happy, very hopeful for him or for them. But with that concludes our last episode. Really a big thank you to everybody who has watched, who's come and supported, who's offered feedback, who has shared, reshared, and shared again just to hype us up. So really very grateful, very thankful for you guys. My prayer again is that not only that you guys continue to take what we have shared as both young adults and try your best to implement whatever we've taught you, but that you always remember that you have a friend in Jesus Christ and also in St. John Bosco. So that is my goodbye to you all. With that, that's Victoria Weekly. I'm Guilherme Lopes. Peace.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.